Oliver, the history of British retailers crossing the ocean for the United States is a history of woe and disappointment. Another is trying again. What do we think?
Well, this time it's Primark giving it a go. This is the discount retailer owned by Associated British Foods, which is a big conglomerate. They're opening a few stores, starting in Boston. Now, as you say, a very difficult history for British retailers.
We think of Tesco, for example.
We think of Tesco, Marks and Spencer's wasn't great. Tesco is the big recent example, this huge fresh and easy expansion, which they spent a vast amount over the past few years. They've closed all that down now, and it was an awful failure. What's different about Primark? Well, it's starting smaller. Yeah, it's going to have a small handful of stores. They haven't said how much, but they're going to spend, we think, between 100 million and 200 million pounds on it. So it's not a huge amount for a company that's worth over 20 billion.
Taking on debt or anything for this.
They're not taking on debt for this. They're opening a few stores experimentally to see how it goes. And they've been very successful at expanding before. Most of their stores are in the UK, but they also have some stores in Europe, in particularly in Northern Europe.
What's the appeal of the US versus Europe? I mean, if they've done well in Europe, why not just continue rolling that platform out?
Well, I think they're going to carry on rolling Europe out as well, but they've got the resources to do both. And if you're into expanding a retailer, I guess you'd want to try yourselves out in the US. And for Associated British Foods, it's important to keep Primark growing. It's got a conglomerate structure. It does packaged grocery foods, it does clothes via Primark, and it does sugar. Now, the sugar business particularly is awful at the moment. First half profits there fell 60%, so it really needs to keep the growth growing at Primark in order to keep the whole group moving along.
Do we like the stock here? It seems like one of these complicated names where you have to sort it out and it's hard to make comparisons and so forth.
Well, it's very expensive. It's on 27 times earnings, which is an awful lot for this kind of conglomerate. But there's no real talk of breaking it up. The Weston family controls it and they have no desire to break it up. Their argument is that there's a nice balance to the group. When one side's doing well, like Primark is at the moment, the other side does badly, so sugar's doing badly at the moment, and the two balance out. And over time, I guess that happens. But the question is why this all has to happen within AB Foods rather than by separating it out. But this is a different question.
Well, at least it doesn't look like a case of trapped value.
No.
Yeah. Thanks very much, Oliver.